How's it going, fam? Welcome back to the What's Up Eddie channel, Divine Therapy Sessions. And of course, I'm the one and only Eddie. So glad to have you guys back. And these are my Divine Therapy Sessions. Hey guys, today I'm going to get a little bear with you. Expose myself and I'm being called to put out what I've been struggling with. I think the keynote to this is that that has opened me back up, right? And it's allowed me to have the creative flow that I'm used to. You guys, okay, so there's multiple parts to this story, or I guess to how I've been, as I would say, as of the last 2 months specifically, but it's been kind of like an off and on thing for the last 6 months. Okay. So I would say that the title of this would be Getting Unstuck, right? And I think that coincides with going through cycles within our life, right? And so everything that I teach about is like esoteric knowledge, wisdom, profound knowledge and wisdom that I receive through, different readings and teachings, programs that I've been in, therapy, stuff like that, right? And it's also getting the awakening content out there. And at the end of the day, all this channel is my divine therapy session, right? So, so this, I got a whole 4 pages on this. Okay, so essentially where I want to start with this is this. Okay, so I would say the hardest thing for us is the people who would claim themselves to be chosen, or whatever the title is, right? I think the most effective thing for the oppositional force now, and you look at it like this, you guys, you can equate this to the good versus bad, light versus dark, blah blah blah, yada yada, right? If we all go down to the concepts that are still washed, I always believe this, that concepts and theories come from a ancient time, and they've been washed away, or they're not as thorough or as potent because we as people, we don't know as much. And I believe this, and not just in one part of our life, but in all portions, whether that be political, religious, psychological, everything, right? You can keep going with every subject matter. It's the knowledge base, because us as people, I don't believe that we're educated the way that we should be educated. And the reason why this all came about, and I guess I'm having this revelation within myself, is because I was studying about the Egyptian goddess Mayat, and the qualities that equate to Mayat, right? I'm not going to go into detail, but I'm going to make videos in the future now about this goddess, not essentially about the goddess, but about what she stands for, what she does, justice, equating that justice to the natural law or order of how the planet works, how the solar system works, and how everything is covered through the cosmic, the ultimate, creator universe. How does that equate to us as people, right? It's real easy for us to get lost in just what I just said right now, right? But this video is about me getting unstuck. And this has been a cycle. I would say it's actually been one of the cycles, major cycles, that I find myself slowly slipping back into, and then having to come back out of it. And when I come back out of it, I feel more recharged. I feel like I've learned another set of things that I had missed previous. And I think this goes with anyone with whatever portion or part of your life that you need help with. It's very difficult to see that you're falling back into an old paradigm, an old structure that you had. And I would say that makeup falls in within 4 things that I've been doing, where I've gotten lost because of anger, resentment, and my justice that I wanted to see, and I got lost within that, right? And all of that derived from me feeling fearful. Fearful that I was that I couldn't control what was around me, that what happened to me I couldn't get over. Not so much, well, now I can say it with words, but I couldn't say it before because I was lying to myself, right? Like, I wanted to see justice happen to other people because of what they did to me. But all that really is because I felt gullible to fall for a lot of tactics and things that had happened to me, and call it naivety or what, but it's forgiving myself of going through it, but I needed to go through it, and that's part of this whole process, right? We as people who are teachers and healers, you have to go through those situations to learn, to become spiritually advanced. That's why when people say, like, who are you to even say that you are God's people, or you are from God, or a light worker, or whatever, right? There's a lot of transitions that need to happen, but there's a lot of learning lessons, a lot of, like, and that's what I love about this channel, is that, like, I get to show you how it works. Like, this is like the real workings of it. I'm letting you know the honest truth right now. Like, and I do that throughout my channel. You see my ups and you see my downs, and this is probably what you're going through as well. And that's why I'm being called, by my team to let you know, right? And all that means is my guides in God. Okay, so to be more specific, what I'm talking about, right? So I've had some injustices happen to me, right? And any one of these injustices can get someone lost in anger, right? Where you're in this position of where I need to get back at these people. And I may not have been doing it. So I say this, you guys, the smarter you are, the worse off you are, because, and I don't mean this in the place where, like, I think other people are dumb and that you're going to be in a better place. No. I think it like this, man. The smarter you are, the more clever your I would say your low vibrational tactics become. They're more intricate, right? Okay, and I'll explain how I did this. Stick with me on this one, because this is pretty good, and I know I'm not the only one that gets caught up into this. Okay, so there's a few things that happened back to back for me that really were upsetting, right? One of those was I would say a relationship that I was in. I'm not going to say what the time periods or anything like that, because no one needs to know who or what or why, or just the why, right? Not the who or what. But I had a relationship where I broke up with this person, and it didn't go the way that I thought it was going to go, right? And there's always heartbreak always has its grieving process. I also had to go through the process of letting people go. And these people were dear and near to me, right? I loved them, but they didn't love me in the same capacity that I loved them. And that hurt really bad, right? And I found myself in situations where I allowed some of those people to come back, and I shouldn't have done that. And it's because of, and it's just normal human nature, right? Like, you want to see the best in people, but that's not where they're at. And when you allow poison to come around you, you're going to have poison within you. It's just part of the process. So it's a continual battle of just those couple things that I've said to you, giving and then bringing back, giving, bringing back. Those are two things that can take a person out or keep someone stuck for a lifetime. So that's what I'm saying. These cycles are hard to break, but if you're like me and you're recognizing this is huge. This is pivotal for you, right? Okay, so those are a couple things that I've been dealing with. Also, like, there was like some, I would say, I would say it's like the battle with the oppositional force. But everything that we manifest in opposition is ourselves, right? I feel is like everything that comes to me that is a battle with another person is me. I manifest that situation so I can become and transcend above that situation and become a more evolved state or being. I believe that I've had family that has stolen from me. I can't prove it. I believe that justice is going to work itself out no matter what. And the way that I know that is through divination and through my dream state. I would consider myself a medium, or someone who has spiritual gifts. I can actually see things happen before they happen within my dream state. Also, I have a high development of my intuition, and I'm able to read people pretty well. I guess where that goes wrong is my I would say, sometimes the things that work for us go against us as well. And I would say that my overdeveloped empathy and compassion and love for people can get blinded, and I don't see the trueness in people. So it actually becomes like a hindrance at the end of the day, if that makes any sense. But that was another thing that I have been dealing with, right? And I would say that the last thing, you guys, is actually something, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes our strengths can be exploited as weaknesses, and sometimes our weaknesses can be exploited as our strengths. I've been studying divination, right, for a while now. And all that means is this, right? Like, you'll notice when you have a spiritual awakening is you start having these natural abilities. Some people, do healing with crystals. Some people do healing through Reiki. For me, I have artistic ability, right? I'm able to draw. But I've since a young man, I've had this ability to look at pictures and know what the artist is saying through the picture. And all that is, at the end of the day, is me interpreting in my own way what I believe and think that means, right? It's the same thing in tarot. So I've found that I have a liking or a talent for reading tarot. Now, I'm in the process of studying it, right? And so all the tarot is reading of a story. It's a storyline. And that storyline we play out in our lives every day. And sometimes people are playing the fool. Sometimes people are playing the devil. Sometimes people are having the tower moment. It just depends, right? But this strength that I've noticed has so you find that, like, whatever you do, it's like they say, it's like this saying of like, what am I trying to say? I feel like this, you guys, is you can get lost within divination. And that's why I say it's even for us as people that are I would say that are in the light, or like they're the only difference between me and someone who isn't doing what I do is I'm helping another person, right? I'm informing. I want to open another person's mind, body, and soul so they can live a more productive life and they can be within their life purpose. I can use everything that I have for bad, right? It's easy to say that because both evil and good are within me as well. The only difference is I choose to be in the light. That is the only difference, right? And so, that's why I'm saying, why I always tell other people is be careful who you teach, and be careful what you're using it for. It's hard to have a good inner reflection of why you're doing things, right? I'm telling you right now, the cycle that I've been going through has been 2 months long. That's a very long time. Now, it's been off and on for 2 years now, but that's also a long time, right? So the reason why I say this is that I got lost in tarot, which is a form of divination, and all it is me reading or going to readers to know the future. And what can people get? Why could you get lost in that? I totally and utterly believe in this. See, this is why you have to have a good moral code. This is why I teach about, this is the reason why I brought up the goddess Mayat, because Mayat talks about justice, rightness, and all having virtues, living by principles and codes, being a person of God, following God's commandments, his law and order. The reason why I teach about that is because of this. You can fall within darkness very easy. And it's hard to tell, what is the line? You won't know the line until you're too far into it. That's why it's imperative for us as light workers, us as whatever you call yourself, right? If you're putting your stuff out there, it's imperative for us to have ethics, codes of ethics, right? Because and also our unhealed trauma begins to, it will hurt us, wound us. And the reason why I say that is because me wanting to control, micromanage my life, just because I wasn't hurting other people or using divination to hurt another person, I was doing it in a different way, right? That's why I'm saying that the more intelligent you are, the more intricate your sin can become, right? And so for me, I fell into this very easily. I wanted justice for what happened to me. And just hearing from a divination or me reading the cards, I knew that the other people were getting justice in their life. Is that wrong or right? That's a question you have to ask yourself. But for me, it doesn't sit well with me. And I'll tell you this, you guys, and this is what I wrote down. I wrote that we can get lost in any of this, right? And it's difficult because as much as at that first or second reading that I did, and I got that good, they deserve that. They shouldn't have done that to me. How long did that last? How long did I get pleasure in that? You guys, minutes. You know, the terrible thing is this, you guys, is that us as people that are I would say an overdevelopment of compassion and empathy and love, that you develop a conscience, and it was difficult for me to stay in that process. It's hard when you awaken and you start and you do start healing yourself, because I would say, you guys, it took me a couple minutes, and then I realized, damn, these people are going to probably be in trouble, right? Or these people are not in a good place. Anyone who decides to manipulate, hinder, or wound another person is not in a good place in themselves. I'm not giving them an out. Sure as shit I'm not. But the issue and the problem is this, is that I used to be that person. I know what that person's all about. And so it didn't last. That moment didn't last for me, right? But that didn't stop me from wanting to know what was going on, right? Like, I wanted to control every amount of the situation, or just by knowing, right? Knowing without knowing. And some people are probably like, what are you talking about? How is this possible? You guys, tarot and psychic ability is true, and it's real, and it's not 100% though. I'll tell you that. Everything is subject to change. That's why I believe that we have to have something higher than just that one talent, right? It's I think tarot is good done in increments, like any divination or any healing. Doing too much healing, getting lost in too much healing is an issue, right? So you have to find your balance in life. Anyone who works 100% of their time as a healer, I don't believe that you're doing the right thing. You're not living. We're not meant to just come here and heal. You're meant to come here and live. You're supposed to go out there and get gritty and mess some things up. It's part of the action, right? But that cycle, I stood in that cycle for a while, you guys. And so I say all this just to tell you that, like, I'm human, man. and you're human too. And if you find yourself resonating with anything that I've said, the only way for you to know, this may be the video that breaks you out of it and be like, dang, you know what? I've been doing that. Or I've been using my channeling, or I've been using the gifts that God have given me, to, not for the betterment of society, for the betterment of humanity, but of the hindrance. See, we can hinder in our own ways, right? Because everything is energetic. Me saying, I hope that they get justice, and I hope they go to jail, and I hope they do this, and blah, 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 blah. I'm sending the evil eye. I'm sending those thought processes. And if I'm as powerful as I think, I'm sending some really bad shit to people, right? And you could be doing the same thing too. So it's like, it's imperative for us to be in this place of healing, constant healing, in this place of inner reflection, balancing our mind, our body, and our soul, balancing our life, right? I just say, be careful, you guys. Be careful what you're doing and what you're saying and what you're thinking. And do your best, you guys, to acknowledge that you have these cycles. I believe that I have to get back out there and to, I need a mentor. I believe that I do. So I'm going to go out there and find that, but that is one part of the plan that I believe that will get me to a higher vibration, right? But I think that's all I got for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys caught something from it. I love you guys. I will be uploading some more videos. My creativity was stifled, and it was stifled because of me being in these cycles, and it wasn't the only thing that was stifled, right? I was blocking people out that probably shouldn't have been blocked out. You see how like the cycle begins to happen, and it's really hard to know that you're in it. But I would say this, you guys, be easy on yourself. It's like I could sit here and wallow and be mad and then like want to manipulate it, but no, man, like sit with it and be like, you know what? All right, write it out. This is what I've been doing. This is how I'm going to correct it. And it's as simple as that. You don't have to make it any more or less than that. But that's all I got, you guys. Make sure to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. I love you guys. Spread the word. Hopefully I am invigorating and teaching others. And I love you guys, man. Hopefully you guys caught something through my divine therapy session. Catch you guys in the next one.